feel like it could possibly happen in like San Francisco or something. Or like, I don't know, like San Diego or something, I don't know. But I feel like every time we go to San Francisco, I'm a little uncomfortable or like a little, I guess like just nervous, just kind of walking around, just like afraid something's gonna happen. I think it's mostly, well, for most people, I think it's around the age of like 10 to 12, I think, because that's when we're learning it in school and we understand like it's not okay to do stuff like that. But I think like when people start really like completely like really stop doing that, it's like when they're quite old, because I think people don't realize that even the tiniest bit of racism or the tiniest bit of like negative stuff like towards a race can hurt someone's feelings. So I don't think it's till they learn that's not okay, but that doesn't really stop them.
Not right, and so it shouldn't even happen. But I think they do it because either they think that they're better than them, or they just are overall just mean.
Well, it has definitely gotten better since the past, but I feel like I hope there's not going to be, but I'm guessing it's probably going to go on.
800 shootings in the past year and a half. That's like huge, and I would definitely like support the protest about that. The meanest thing someone's ever said to me was they called me the N-word, and that really kind of hit. I think I was maybe 10, maybe 9 years old. Someone just was like, they were kind of just like joking around. They're like, oh, blah, 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 and they kind of just said it. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. Like, why'd you say that? That's like not nice.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been stereotyped, but my friends have been made fun of because of their race. One of my friends, she's Chinese, and someone came up to her and, squinted their eyes and said, oh, I'm Chinese, and so that was very racist.
Well, I feel like sometimes my friends stereotype me. I mean, like, they don't say it to me, but they, like, I guess, not really act like it, but they might, like, make a face or have an expression. Like, I guess, like, if I say, like, ain't or girl or, like, ain't gonna or something like that. No, I think people of colored skin, I think some people think that people of color skin are like better at basketball or something, or like at football. So I don't think it'd be hard for like sports teams, but jobs, I'm not really concerned about that, because I don't think there's really discrimination like between whether you're colored or not and how you're gonna get a job and stuff. Because that's most sports that I've seen most African American people play, and that's what most people think, like that people don't see a lot of African American people play baseball and like swimming or lacrosse or something. So I think basketball and football, and I think more because they think like African American people like really strong, or they're really tall or something, and they just think that suits them better than like baseball or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like people think that I might be a better hip hop dancer just because I'm black, but I mean, like, I think I'm great at hip-hop, lyrical, ballet, anything. I think that is kind of negative, but I think it is, it's good because they're not, like, pushing them out, but they're not exactly saying, like, oh, you're black, you can't play baseball. When I first, like, meet people, I come off as very, like, hyper and excited and, like, outgoing, and, like, I'm just like not one of those shy people who's like, oh no, there's a person walking up to me, what do I do? I'm like, I'm the person who's walking up to that person. I'm just like, hey, you want to be friends? So I guess the reason I'm just like this because like when I first meet people, that's the first thing they see, that's the first thing they notice about me, and if they're okay with it, then that's just who I'm gonna be. That's just who I am. So I guess that's just kind of how I've always come off as to like other people. So it's kind of just stuck with me. I guess maybe 20-80, like more of a advantage, like 80% advantage, 20% disadvantage. I mean, like, yeah, people might think I'm mean or people might think I'm stuck up and bratty, but overall, I'm just me, and I don't want anyone to change that because I know that my friends love me for me, my family loves me for me. So if I'm doing a good job with the people who I trust and I feel like I want them to like me, the people who don't like me, I don't need to like them back. I don't need to like care about their opinion on me because they're not like my mother. I don't need them thinking I'm some perfect child.